Hey guys, it's late at night. I just got finished with one of the projects that I'm doing, and I wanted to share it with you. I didn't do step by step, but I can tell you exactly what I did. It took me about 2.5 hours to do, but it looked pretty good. Looks pretty good. What I've made is this. It is a sign at a Christmas lights. This is Believe, and I'll turn off the light so you can see it better. But I want to keep the light on so I can show you what I actually did. Now, luckily I had this. What this is pool fence, the safety child protection pool fence that you get, that you have. I had a few of these pieces laying around the house. So what I did, and it worked out actually pretty well. And I was thinking about using chicken wire and 2x4s and things to build the frame out and then spell it out. But this actually works quite nicely. The first thing we did is laid it down, and I had my wife with her neat handwriting write out in chalk on top of the black mesh, on top of the black screen, the word that I wanted, in this case, Believe. And then I took a set of extra long blue lights, and you see I have a little left over, which I'll just wrap up and put in a bag so you can't see it. And then went individually, one bulb, and this is what obviously took so long, bulb by bulb, tying them in place right on top of the chalk line that my wife drew. So obviously it took quite a while. I'm sorry, trying to get it to focus here. It took quite a while to get it to where it needed to be, but after all, we've got the word Believe written out. Alright, and then I did have this rope strobe light that I used on my indoor Christmas tree last year. I figured I'd attach it to this this sign this year. All I've used to fasten them, if you could see real closely how small these holes are in the net or in the screen, you had to use the tiny zip strips and push them through, and zipping the light bulb itself and the wire together so it's facing the same direction through the screen. And you do that 200 times, or however many bulbs there is here, and you've got yourself a sign. Now, you could obviously make this to put anywhere. My plan is okay, let me go where you can see me. Here we go. My plan is to put this on the peak of my roof, at the very top. So what my plan is to do is to get a piece of 2x4 that's the length of the sign, and drill holes, at least a 2x4. I might have to get a 4x4 something. Anyway, I'll figure that out when I get there. But drill holes exactly the same size as the feet here, and you can see I have a little bit of space between the where the screen ends and then where the pipe ends. This is obviously supposed to go into the concrete around the pool. So what I'll do is I get the wood and I'll find the right size and I'll drill it so it's nice and tight so I can stick it in there into the pieces of wood. And then I'm going to fasten, not necessarily I'm going to fasten the wood to the eave, but I'm going to make the angle coming up and down that matches the roof line, and with the piece of wood at the top of the eave, and stick the sign in there. I'm going to use rope or wire to guide it down to the eave so it's nice and sturdy, and should hold up. And with a screen, the wind should pass through it a lot better than it would if I used, which I had considered using a piece of solid plywood or something like that. So this worked actually really, really well. I'm actually very pleased with the way it turned out. And you can see the other, the first attempt to the chalk line. And obviously I'm not too concerned with that because, first of all, at night you're not going to see it, and second of all, after it rains, the chalk will just wash off. So let me cut off the light and show you. Now this year, this is, like I just told you, got to be on the roof line. But it's not going to be one of my channels. It's actually going to be set up. I'm going to have a Letters to Santa box out here by the road, and every time someone opens the Letters to Santa box, it's going to trigger a motion sensor. And that motion sensor that you can purchase anywhere, Home Depot, Walmart, whatever, I'm going to wire that up so it will turn on the lights on the mailbox, the Letters to Santa mailbox. It's going to turn on my snow machine, which is going to be above the Letters to Santa mailbox out by the road. and I'm going to run an extension cord up to the roof where it's going to light up the Believe sign. So this sign will only come on when someone, you know, sends a letter to Santa, or leaves a comment in our letters to Santa box, something like that. So that was a really cool kind of interactive idea. I will show, you know, when I start building the box and the mechanism and how I wire everything up in a second or separate video. When I do that, most likely here in about a week or so. So I hope this gives you guys some ideas and possibly something you can do with you know, something that's the same technique. And I'm trying to rack my brain if there's anything else I can do. Make a different sign. You could draw out Santa. You know, we can draw anything really. So this is really I'm glad the fact that this works so well, because I feel like it's opened up some more opportunities that I can do and use and be creative with it. So hope you enjoy it.